Okay, so while we wait for Ayo, I'll just read what Ginger Pop said. So Ginger Pop said she uses AI for research, that she has used it as a good EA to negotiate some deals. Nice. I found it very useful for documentation creation and refinement. Amazing. AI to cook as maybe to get recipes, maybe to get cooking recipes, but to cook, well, workout and travel planning. Ginger Pop, somewhere there, I really want to know. Ginger Pop, is this your real name? I really want to. I said we're going to see camera. Maybe I should never be joking with that. I actually want us to see camera, because this is really intriguing and interesting. But the idea is that I need us to know that AI can be used or is being used in different spaces, in different industries, by different professionals. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be a freelancer, a student, like I said earlier, or in whatever field or industry as a 9 to 5 I need you to know that you can actually use AI to do various things. And like people have said on this call, drafting emails. There was a meme I saw, and I said I was going to look for it, but for some reason I couldn't find it. But there's a meme that shows that, oh, in your head, you know the email you want to write to your boss, and then unfortunately, when you hit send, you begin to see all the errors there. With AI, there's little to no error, because it can help you proofread and even draft these emails. It helps you with proposals. It helps you with assessments. It helps you with your meeting notes. And are you a business owner or a founder, and you're wondering, how can I build my business? How can I even pitch this business to people, VCs, investors, to pump in money into my business? AI can help you do this. AI can help you do it fast. AI can help you do the research and get the most beautiful pitch and pitch deck ready in record time, right? This also applies to content creators. I know a lot of content creators, they always complain that I don't know how to prepare the perfect 30-day content. I don't even know how to be consistent on media, any of my media platforms, let's maybe on Instagram, on Twitter, or on TikTok. It's good and safe to know that AI can actually help you do this. AI can help you build your content calendar, and even go as far as telling you when to post it, with the kind of audience to engage, those of you that run ads. AI can help you create either the carousels or the images that go with it. AI can even help you create an image of you in many, many places. AI can literally help you write your captions. You don't need to think. For those of you that have mass content or content in your backup that you don't even know what to use it for, you can feed this content into AI, and AI can help you get more content from just that content alone. Or are you a sales or a BD lead? You're looking for how to scrape or get prospects, for whatever business you're running, either your own personal business, for those of us that are doing, businesses, or for other companies that we work for. You can use AI to scrape disease. You can use AI to draft tailored, emphasis on tailored, because different industries require different ways of communication. Different people requires different ways to which you can speak to them. So you can actually use AI to get these things personalized and get these emails personalized to them, and send it to as many people as possible. Now, as a HR, you can even get started with HR or PMs. There are many possibilities. I want you to just real quick use your eyes and scan through my slide, because I'm not going to read this thing all through. I'm going to read it all through, but I just need you to see that no matter the industry you're at, no matter what you do, if all you do, for those of you that say you want AI to be making the money for you while you be traveling, is very possible, because you can actually set a system up, and your AI can actually help you get this thing done while you do the minimalist or the most minimal of things, right? Same applies to the finance. I had like 3 people say they are in finance space. AI can help you do lots of things, and like our one of our participants said that they just literally transitioned. That's a very massive transition, though, from the legal space to the finance space. She said she has actually used it to draft lots of documents. Now, I want to put a disclaimer here, and in case this is being recorded, I did not say so. I did not say so, but you can use AI to draft your contracts and your SLAs that you want to send to your client. Please get it double checked by a lawyer. I know we're talking about the possibilities of using AI, but get it double checked by a lawyer. Do not assume that AI will actually help you tie all loose ends. Create the first draft with AI. We're going to get into generative AI very soon, so you understand why I'm putting this disclaimer. Now, it can help you create the document beautifully with a structure, but please, get it checked by a lawyer. Freelancers, students, there are many impossibilities to the use of AI. In short, there are many. We're going to look at it in the tool landscape. There are many AI tools, many. There are a lot. There are over, last I checked, there are over 5,000. I think the last I checked, I could read about 5,300 and something AI tools. So there are actually a lot of tools. What actually matters is what you want to use it for. And we're going to go about it, when we move into this training. Now, let us talk generative AI. Let us talk generative AI. Let us ask her. Let's discuss what we know generative AI to be, how it works, and apologies for that. Sorry, how it works, and what to make of it. Now, generative AI is a system, right, that is trained, and I'm using these words very carefully because it's what we're going to build on, as we move into this training, forward. It's a system that is trained on massive amount of data that can generate new content based on what it has learned. Emphasis on new content. It can build new content based on what it has learned or what it knows. Now, I'm going to eventually be calling it Gen AI when we move forward, but I'm calling it generative AI now because I need us to understand that this AI, most of these tools that we see, they are generative AIs. And like the word says, they are generative. It means that there's a source, large amount of data, but it's just that it is from what you give to it, right? It's the instruction you give to it that it then predicts, emphasis on the word predicts, the most useful output that it feels that you need, and then gives it to you. There are many people that say that AI frustrates them. AI doesn't work for me. AI is not the best, for me to use, or AI is, people have said many things. I've been in a lot of AI arguments, even people saying that AI is going to take over the world. I feel like somewhere there we need to also address that a bit. AI is not going to take over the world. AI is not going to take your jobs. If you're smart enough, which I would like to say that everybody on this call is, because the fact that you could actually jump on this training shows that you actually want to know how to adopt AI in whatever space that you're in. If you don't end up using AI or adopting AI into whatever space you're in, it's safe to say that AI will actually take your job. So is that argument right? Yes, if you don't adopt it. So towards the end of the training, we're going to talk about a workshop. It will be very, very amazing and smart of it to actually jump on that workshop, because the things you will learn there, for those of you that say you want to be traveling around and your AI should be making money for you, you will see the possibilities of it. AI can actually do the most beautiful things that we actually don't even expect. Like today, we're going to be talking about AI employees. I'm sure a lot of us are hearing about it for the first time. So, back to generative AI. Generative AI creates from the instructions we give to it, right? It could be text. It could generate texts. It could generate images. It could generate codes. It could also generate audio and video. Now, sorry, apologies. Now, this instruction you give to it, when you give it this instruction, like I said, it fetches from the pool of data that it knows, or that is in the language model, and the response based on the instruction it was given. Now, when it merges all of these things together, it now gives you what you need. So take, for example, you say I want a cat. Now, this is for image generation. I want a cat that wears glasses. Now, that's an instruction. What does it do? Gen AI would go into the pool of information on the internet or from the backend data, look for a cat, look for the glasses, then translate I want a cat to wear the glasses, and then merge the cat and the glasses, and then give you, but it's always new content. It's always new content Gen AI brings out. Now, AI is powerful. I know I've been saying since that AI can do and undo. But I need you to know that AI is powerful, but it is not perfect. AI is powerful, but it's not perfect. Now, I feel like we need to have this reality check because AI is not always accurate. It doesn't always know. Like I said, it is generative. So what does it do? It generates. Now, for you to get the output that you want, right? You need to give it a certain instruction that, in quotes, can generate the best of it. So it predicts based on the prompt you give it. I would go a bit further when we talk about prompt engineering, somewhere in the middle of it. But I need us to know these three things. It is not always accurate. AI is not always accurate. So whenever you have a first draft, please read through it. I said it earlier. When he drafts your SLA for you, let a lawyer look at it. There's a reason why. And there's also this theory that I have, and I'm sure a lot of people have it too, that Gen AI tools, coding Gen AI tools will be best used by a coder. Content creation or video creation AI tools will be best used by a video editor or a content creator. Not because other people cannot do it, or other people cannot use these tools, but because they are the ones that can easily detect what is wrong and what is right. Like I said, Gen AI predicts from what you've asked it and then gives you based on its prediction. Now, it's not fully autonomous. It only does what you tell it. The quality of your instruction is what actually will determine what you get as an output. Now, you need to know, for the people that said that they want their AI to be going to the gym for them, it is not a replacement. AI is not your replacement. AI can never be your replacement. You need to know that you need to, the only thing AI will do for you is reduce your workload. So if you would normally be spending about maybe 5 hours getting stuff done, AI can help you get it done in like, give or take, let me know if I exaggerate here now, maybe 30 minutes, all things being equal. If your prompts are great, you can get it done for 30 minutes. But you need to know that AI is not a replacement. So you still need to go to the gym. AI can help you collate or curate your gymming, the kinds of exercise you can do. You need to do that for you. But to do the gymming, no, it's not possible. Now, I want us to look through, I'm sure a lot of us are very familiar with all of these tools. We all know Claude or Cloud, as some people call it. We know ChatGPT, we know Gemini, we know Copilot, we know Perplexity, we know DALL-E, we know GitHub, Copilot, Cursor. All of these tools, there are a lot of them. Like I said, there are over 5,000 AI tools for different things, right? For writing, for research, for analysis, for design and image generation, for coding and development, even for productivity, for video and audio creation, presentation and data. There are many of these tools out there. They exist and they are free. Now, how can you decide what to use? Because I've heard people say that, oh, you recommended this tool for me. I recommended Jasper to somebody on, was he Monday now, last week? Last week, I mentioned Jasper to somebody that, all you people that are into marketing and content creation, I found this tool out to go and use Jasper AI. The Jasper AI is very amazing and great. And, person came back and gave me feedback that, after like maybe 3 days or 4 days, that, the tool is not doing what I want it to do, and, things like that. And I was just looking and I'm like, it's just a very short period of time and you've jumped into that particular conclusion. And to be honest, I've made the same mistake before. I'm sure a lot of us have, right? We don't choose the tool. We don't choose a tool first. We first of all need to define the problem. Like, what do you want to do? Let's start from there. Let's forget that, people say ChatGPT is the best for this. Let's forget that people say Claude is the best for that. Let's forget that people say DALL-E is the best for whatever, or Perplexity is the best for. What do you want to do? What problem do you want to solve? Right? That's the first thing you should define. Define the problem. Then when you define the problem, go into Google. I'm sure a lot of us have forgotten how to use Google. Very recently, I was thinking of what was the last time I went into like Google search box to actually search for a thing. But really, search for the tool ask it that, okay, this is the problem I'm trying to solve. What tool can do this for me? Look at two comparisons. And guess what? Don't use it for 5 days and complain. Use it for at least, yes, 30 days. If you cannot use a tool for 30 days, don't complain about it. Just say, oh, at the instance where I started using the tool did not just solve my problem, and I thought another tool would do it for me better and faster. Don't say the tool is not good. So pick the tool you want to use and then use it for 30 days. Now, after 30 days, and you're seeing that, oh, your prompt is great, and you're seeing that, you know, everything you've tried with other tools, you've tried with this particular tool and it's not working for you, then it's safe to say, okay, this is not working, and then you can move to another tool. Now, do you know the beautiful thing about Gen AI? Gen AI is founded, once you know the foundational use of a certain tool within a certain space, like we said. Now, let me even go to one of the two landscape. Let me see. For let me not use coding. Okay, for design and image generation now. If you know how to use Canva AI and maybe Midjourney, it's safe to say that you'll be able to use other tools, because most of these things are foundational. It's like a different interface, but the approach is the same. Just as you would say ChatGPT and Claude, or ChatGPT and Gemini, or Gemini and Copilot, I can basically just go in there and search. Interface is the same. So it's safe to say that most tools share the same core principles. It's just how you it's the skills you use to build into one, then use to transfer to others, basically. Now, the best tool is the one you can actually open and use to everybody. LOL. And we're going to show you the best tool, because the tool that works for us, I know you see it too, but the truth is the tool that works for us is actually ChatGPT and Claude. And into this training, you're going to see why. In short, from these two tools, to shock you that we'll now pick the best of the best. But for the purpose of this training, these two tools are perfect. I want to build a life that can run independent, or I want to build a work circle that can work independent of me. Use these tools. There are other tools, but we're going to be showing you how you can leverage these two tools to actually achieve the perfect AI employee, you know, that you've always dreamed of, right? Okay, now, how to get the output you want. Now, I said it when I was introducing generative AI, that Gen AI works on predictions. It's from the instruction you give to it, it predicts what it feels like you want, and then it fetches from the pool of data and then sends you an output. Now, we need to know that if you are not specific, I don't know if it's right for me to say this, but I think it's because it has worked for me. Treat ChatGPT like it is you. See, treat ChatGPT or any AI tool like it is you. How would you want to be told an instruction? Would you want to be told, create a report? No, you would want to be told, create a report concerning ABC within this year to this year, making sure that this and this and this is covered. That's the best way you would want to be communicated to. So why not a Gen AI tool? I'm appealing that we should be specific. We need to make sure that to get the best output out of any Gen AI tool, we need clarity. We need to be very, very clear as to the instructions we are giving it. Now, clarity at one side, context is very important. Tell it who is, like, tell it that it is who. Let me say that in a better way. You as a let me go. Who will I use? I'm trying to check the chat. Okay, so Ayowale wants to create something for his client, maybe a brand identity document, because he says he's a brand identity designer, and he wants to ask, you know, that this client has met me or had a call with me and said, I want to create a brand identity document that portrays my brand as maybe the go-to street food brand, right? Now, he should not just go into either Claude or Gemini or Copilot or ChatGPT and say, create a branding brief or a brand brief for this client. The client said he wants. No, for you to get the best out of the AI tool, any AI tool, you need to tell it first, you are a brand identity designer, you are a program manager, you are, don't tell it you're a student. I don't think it will understand that, but you are a maybe a founder of a founder of, or a founder in this industry. You are, tell it who it is. That way it already understands the space it is playing at. It knows what to, it knows the what's it called, the identity it has for it to get you the best of what you're requesting for. Now you need to understand formats. You cannot say you want to feel, maybe you're writing a proposal and you just tell it randomly, maybe you give it criteria that, oh, I want to create a pitch deck for maybe a certain, maybe to an foundation now, and you're what's it called, you are the best grants proposal writer in the history of Nigeria, and then you tell it to give you back what he wants to give you. No, you need to let it understand, like I said, how you want to be communicated to. Length, do you want it in 250 words or 2,500 words? How do you want it to be structured? Do you want it to have an intro, or do you just want it to just give you an output? What is the tone? Do you want it to sound, now a lot of us make the mistake and say sound human. Unfortunately, it's an AI, it's a robot, it cannot sound human. So you need to give it a tone. Sound warm, sound firm, like you need to tell it. You cannot just, because sounding human is a lot, it's vague, it will never understand you. Tell it the tone. I need you to sound firm on this matter and then warm on this matter. I need you to think, for those of us that are brand designers, or maybe you are developers now, let's imagine we're trying to get a particular tool to build a UX, a user interface for maybe an app. You cannot just give it a prompt and expect it to know the column or know the fonts or know everything else it's supposed to bring up for you. It will probably give you from what it knows best to give to you. So when we're talking about length, structure, tone, and the number of options for maybe those of us generating reports and the likes, for the developers and maybe the content creators and the likes, we're talking about things like literally the hex code, the hashtag FE 3 something something E, you tell it that this is what I need you to, I need it to be this, to have interactive fonts. I need it to, so you need to know that it is the responsibility is on you now for you to get the best out of any of these tools we've listed, any of these Gen AI tools. For you to get the best out of it, you need to understand that clarity is in your hands, context is in your hands, and most importantly, format is in your hands. Now, I've been talking about how you can give it, the best and the best and the best of the, making sure that the pot of soup is full and you're not just doing vegetable without the roundabout and things inside. Now, what is a weak prompt? A weak prompt is write an email about the meeting. First of all, which meeting? I'm imagining if we're going to have a deck like that in the future. I'm imagining if I was AI, and I don't know if it's only me, but I feel like sometimes if my AI could remove their hand from the screen and give me a knock, it would have probably done that, because too, there are times where I'm just not in the mood to text. And I'm grateful for the new option that you can now talk to your AI, because it makes things much easier. But at the time, texting could be so tiring. I don't used to even look at the spelling error or anything. I just used to type and let it fix it itself. I wonder how my AI used to feel at the time. But a stronger prompt would be write a professional email to my project team summarizing our Monday kickoff meeting. Now, what were the key decisions? Launch date is April 15th. Now, the design team is doing this. The budget is that. Now, the tone, clear and motivating. Format, there should be an intro sentence, 3 bullets, 1 next step, and everything you are giving to me will be under 120 words. Now, for the first week prompts, can we see the output? Hi team, here's the summary of the meeting. Best regards. For the stronger prompt, hi team, our Monday kickoff confirmed 3 decisions. This, now next steps. Time saved here is 0, because guess what? You keep doing it over and over and over again. Or you may just get angry and do it yourself. But when your prompt is strong, you've already saved a whole minute of thinking about the email you want to draft, and you saved yourself 25 minutes or even more if you draft emails more slowly. Now, there's a mindset. There's a mindset. You need to know that you need to be able to adopt this AI mindset before you can actually be able to get the best out of it. If you don't have this mindset, you'll probably not be able to even create an AI employee and see it through to the very end. Right now, how do we treat our AI? Are we the ones that add, you just tell it, fix it, no, change this, no, revise this, no, this, that? Or are we the ones that actually use AI? That's this last one. Are we the ones that actually, like I said, give it context? We tell it the format. We are actually we are clear. There's clarity. Or are we the ones that overwork like the first two? Right? We need to know that it is our responsibility, like I said earlier, to give these tools, to get the best in quotes out of these tools. Now, most people are disappointed by AI. Like I said, they say, oh, they try to send content into AI, and then AI is giving them something that they didn't even ask for. Or maybe somewhere halfway through the conversation, it's as if you are starting the conversation all over again. Or like we know, I don't know if we are aware, but I'll go into it a bit. There's something called hallucination, right? With using all of these AI tools. And this hallucination, to be honest, is not particularly its fault. In a way, it's the fault of the user and the AI. Now, we need to understand that Gen AI is garbage in and garbage out. If you have this understanding, I think it's safe to say that you and AI will have the best relationship that would ever exist. If you know that it is what you put in that will come out, you would actually be able to sit down, think of what you want to give to whatever Gen AI tool you're using, and then get the best out of it. Now, let's see why most people are disappointed by AI. They say that it's an open chat. You ask one question, you get one answer, you close the gap, and then you repeat forever. That's a fact. But then, like I said, it depends on you and how you use it. They never build content starting from zero every session. AI never learns who you are. You see this thing that is here? It's not true. AI can learn who you are. AI can write like you. AI can create content like you. AI can do the things you can do, but not without you. Let me put that clause there. And if you stay tuned till the end of the training, there's a workshop that we have coming, is a bonus. If you can stay through to the end of the training, you'll see how you can actually literally replicate yourself right into an AI tool. So you see that you would be able to do times 10 of what you can do because you have 2 of you, or maybe even 3 of you. So yes, people say this and it's fine. It's good to learn and get context. In this training, you will get context on how AI can actually learn who you are and even be like you. Now, they accept the first output. They never push back. They never redefine. They never they're never directing. The first response is a draft. We would also teach you how to understand that you need to train just the same way you would have an employee join your company for the first time and you have the onboarding session, and then you are trying to see how the employee can be better. That's how AI tools are. See, you don't expect it. Like I use the word predict intentionally, and like I said, it's generative. From the first thing you've given it, it's fetching from a pool of data. So what do? You iterate. You need to learn that as an AI user, it is your duty, right? It is your own duty to refine. Tell this AI, these models are models that actually learn. That's one thing we forget. These models learn from, oh, don't do it this way, do it in this particular manner. And you can test this anywhere. Once you correct your AI on a certain thing, never make the same mistake again, right? So you can do the pushing back because it is not human. It's AI. So you do the refining, you do the directing. You will tell it, oh, this first draft is great. It is your duty to tell it, oh, this part is not good. Rework this part to sound like this, and this is why. Your AI tool will never forget that. oh no, you've given me this, let's iterate on this. You said this and this is the output. Let us see how we can or rather rework it to show this particular pattern that I am thinking. And you see that the more you iterate, the more you iterate, the more you iterate, your AI tool becomes the best thing after maybe hot bread or after hot akara on a Saturday morning. You need to realize that you need to have the mindset that AI is not a tool. It is not a tool. And I said it earlier, treat AI as you want to treat you. You would want to learn. You would want to be asked, no, look into this, do that. That's how you should treat whatever generative AI tool that you're going to be using. Now, do not think of AI tool as a task master. A lot of us, I have made this mistake before. I only go to my tool when I want to tell it to do something for me. So I'll say, do this for me, and then it gives me this, it gives me this. And then when it gives me an output, then I will just copy the output out away from the Gen AI tool and then rearrange or correct. But that's not what it should be. You should be able to tell it there and there, because guess what? You are training the model, you are training the tool, you are training it to be like you, more or less, right? So the more you tell it, oh no, don't or rather than taking it out of the tool to do the editing, edit it in the tool. Tell it why. Like, it is your thinking partner. Don't see it as a, oh, I just want to get this work done, so put it there. No, it is your thinking partner. Over time, you would see that you would probably eventually not be able to even get work done without your AI tool, whatever tool it may be. So I don't know if anybody has any questions so far from everything we've said, but it's time for us to go on a break. Like I said earlier, we have something amazing for everyone that has attended the call today, and I would like us to stay till the end of this session to be able to get, to get how to actually make this money of AI, because everybody's saying AI this, AI that. How can I make the money? Stay till the end. So does anybody have any questions before we go on a quick break, or before I hand over back to David? If you do, hands up. If not, David, can I pass the mic over to you?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Okay. All right, everyone. We'll be having 10 minutes break. Now, please, let's not log off. Stay on the call. Just 10 minutes. Whatever you want to do, gotta do. If you want to sleep for 10 minutes, it's fine. If you want to make tuwo, it's fine. If you want to do abacha, whatever it is you want to do for 10 minutes, go and do, and then we'll be back by precisely 6:57. And I'll be muting myself right now. All right, welcome back, everyone. I want to believe we all had a very wonderful, very short minute, although a very short break. Apologies for that interruption. So, please type in the chat box. Did any of us actually take this break, or were we just sitting right there at our system and devices, just waiting for the time to elapse? Did anybody actually take a break? Like go for a sip of water, 5 rounds of fufu or something? Or we are all sleeping? If you went for a break, give me thumbs up. Let me have those thumbs up rolling in. Eh? Okay, somebody say just waiting. And then I just hold it. All right. Welcome back. I really hope we are refreshed because we are about to go into the part of today's session that will genuinely change how you think about your work. So I want to believe you are very, very rested. It was just all right. So we've been talking about AI as a tool that we use, and now we are going to talk about AI as something else, as something that works for you, even when you're not there. And I don't know, for those of us who had to hear some inner Kako secrets about a second facilitator, but just in case you were not here when we revealed that secret, I'm feeling like, should I keep quiet? Oh, I just remembered. She said some family members are on this call, so let's protect her dignity. Coming up next to take us on AI employee and giving us a live demo on what that actually looks like is none other than one of our AI girlies, Sophia Daudu. Hey, Sophia. Let's put our hands together.
Hi, David.
How are you?
Anytime you facilitate trainings like this, I'm always scared because I don't even know what
Don't
you
worry.
can say
I
and
just
unsay
used
about
like
me.
2% of what I have on you is what I've used so far. There's still more. Don't worry. Would you like to share your screen or should I
No, no,
share?
no, no. Please share for me. Share for me. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Welcome again. My name is Sophia. If you can hear me, please respond with an emoji, a thumbs up, or just raise your hand. Yes, because I don't know if it's just me, but internet connection has been moving weird lately. All right. If at any point during this training you can't hear me, you just need to maybe type it in the chat or someone is going to let me know and I can turn off my video to preserve bandwidth. All right. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so we're moving into a section that changes the way you see and manage and use your AI tools. I'm sure you've heard a lot. A couple of the things that we discussed, you probably know or already know, especially for those that have been using AI for a long time. But moving on to this next part, I have a 70%. I'm 70% convinced that you probably haven't heard about AI employees before. If you have, please raise your hand. Let me know. Okay, crickets. All right. So you're definitely going to be learning something new. But then AI employees are not so different from the way we experience people. And I'm going to show you how. But before we get into that, I want to ask a question. Who has hired someone before? If you're on this call and you've hired somebody or you've gone through a hiring process end to end, please raise your hand. Or use your emoji. Okay, Lillian, Jeje Love. I like that. Okay, so we have a couple of people that have done that, manage the recruitment process end to end. We're going to be unmuting because we are going to be having a conversation about this. So, Jeje Love, what's the first thing you do when you want to hire a new staff? You
I'll
can just
put up an
submit.
ad first.
You put out an ad first.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Who else raised their hand? Who else wants to take this? What else do you do? Anybody else wants to take that? Yes, Gracious. What do you do?
Okay, so first of all, we establish what the role is supposed to achieve.
Mhm.
Or first of all, I
Yes.
establish what the role is.
And
Yes,
then-
go ahead,
Okay.
please. I didn't get that.
Yeah, continue. You establish what the
Okay,
role
so
is supposed to
first-
achieve. Then what?
Okay, so first establish what the role is supposed to achieve. That the key indicators that would tell that this person is going to be successful, and then also agree on what the competencies would be for whoever the ideal candidate would be, and that would inform the job description that will be put out for that particular role.
Yeah. Okay. Then what else?
Okay, so as soon as we have that, we'll put out the job ad, get have people apply, and then run their profile against the profile of who we think is our ideal candidate. And then from there, depending on the volume of applications, from there we'll move on to getting suitable candidates to be interviewed, take them through whatever it is the recruitment process or assessment entails for that particular recruitment process. And then in the event that any of them is successful, issue an offer.
Okay. Thank you so much for that detailed explanation, Gracious. You're very correct. That is the process end to end. So what if I tell you that to create an AI employee, that is the exact thing you need to do? You ask me how, or how is this supposed to work exactly? How do I employ an AI? And that's really what we're going to be talking about. But before we move into the details, please just keep that in mind. All the steps that Gracious mentioned, keep that in mind. We'll be walking through that process and how that applies to building an AI employee. Now, before we move forward, I want to also add a couple of things to what was discussed earlier about the AI mindset. Now, the mindset that you use currently to build your AI is different from how you have to use an AI employee. One of the first things that you have to note, especially when you're building and when you're using an AI employee, is that you have to humanize it. You have to give your AI employee a personality. Whenever you're using your AI employee, you have to see like you're creating another you or somebody else. Not just seeing it as something that you're just giving tasks, you're just asking questions, you're just saying, oh, this is what you have to do, or do this for me and do that for me. You're seeing it as a new staff that is just joining your team, for example, that is growing with you, that is learning with you, that is trying to get context, that needs information the same way you do, that needs to be carried along the same way you do. As we go along, we're going to talk about like your responsibility and that of the AI employee. So imagine if you're managing a team of people. What is the investment that you're going to make on your part to make sure that these people are most effective, to make sure that these people can deliver the value that you require, to make sure that they're able to give the expectations, because you've met them during the interview process, you've talked to them, you've established or aligned on expectations. So you have expectations when they come on board, but at the same time, you're not expecting that immediately they jump in, they're going to have context, and that's why you have your onboarding process. Is that not? Gracious, am I correct? and you feed them your organizational context. You let them know what you guys are about, what your services are about. You teach them, and you make sure that they have all the information that they need. And that is the same way you have to see your AI employee. Your AI employee is a person that has technical skills. Your AI employee has what it takes to get the job done. Your AI employee just doesn't have context, just doesn't have your organizational context, doesn't know your team, and probably needs a job description, and you need to align with your AI employee on expectations. So the same investment that you're giving to your team, the same investments. Hey, tell me, talk about yeah, if you understand Yoruba. Yes, this is still introduction. We'll be reviewing slides as we move. So the same investment that you're giving to that team is the same investment that you have to put into your AI employee. Let's move on. All right. So after all these jargons and jagadances I've just said, let's talk about what an AI employee is. Now, an AI employee is a trained, configured AI system giving a role, context, and instructions to serve a specific function in your work consistently every time. Now, there are a couple of keywords that we need to review around this definition. But before we go into that, the same when you use like a regular generative AI, they are all built on certain models. The large language model, your LLMs, and they are being fed, and then they are being fed data from across the net, the internet, and some of these are clean. Some are not even within your organizational context, because there are a lot of LLMs out there that are being built on data that are not tailored to our own African context, which is probably why your AI will call Yemi Yemi or call Bola Bola, because you don't really understand your language like that. So if you want to use your AI and you want to make sure that it is giving you what you need within your organizational context, within the context of your environment, your AI should be able to understand, let's say, Nigerian humor, for example, and be able to use it effectively. It does not have the data to be able to do that, but you can create that environment and you can create or configure your system to be able to deliver that. Now, let's move on to the keywords that I was talking about earlier. Please, are we still following? Alrighty. Oh no, please, let's still go back one. Yes, thank you. Okay, so there are a couple of keywords. Is somebody saying something? Questions? Do we have questions? Onome, did you want to say something? I guess not. And no questions so far, Abi. Yes or yes, or yes or no. Any questions? All right. So there are a couple of keywords from this definition, and that is consistent output. When you use your AI, I'm sure all of us can relate to this. If you cannot relate, please let me know. But today you give your AI a prompt, maybe your ChatGPT or your Claude, and you say, "Oh, draft me a proposal to this person, and so." And ChatGPT or Claude gives you this amazing content, and you're like, "Wow, I'm a ChatGPT girly till I die." And you come the next day, and you type, "Oh, ChatGPT, Claude, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me," and ChatGPT and Claude is doing like they have never seen you before, or they don't even understand English. Has this ever happened to you before? Please interact with me now. Tell me, has it happened to you before or not? Because Because it happens when you use your Gen AI normally, you start wondering, do you have sense at all? And then you complain about it, and somebody will tell you it's because you don't know how to prompt. And you'll be like, I have used prompts now, all this prompt framework that they used to give me. I've used it. Say you are this, add context, give constraints. I've used it now. Why is this still misbehaving like this? Does this happen to you? Trust me, I know, I understand that frustration. It happens all the time. And you cannot really blame it. Because how can you tell a stranger to tell you the story of your life? It's going to be a very difficult thing to do, no be so. But what if I tell you that an AI employee can give you consistent outputs and make sure that every output that you're getting is standard and meets the standard every time? And I'm not even exaggerating. You can get quality work. You can make your AI employees sound consistent, because today your AI employee, your AI, your Gen AI, your ChatGPT or your Claude is sounding like a professor. The next prompt is sounding like somebody that has not even passed through secondary school. It can just be really conflicting and you're wondering where you're going wrong and somebody is telling you prompting. In fact, when you build your AI employee, you don't even need technical prompts. Why? Because you are creating a personality. You are creating an individual. The only thing is that you cannot touch the individual. So unfortunately for, who was that said they needed a gym, somebody that go to gym for them? Unfortunately, you can't get that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But if you need somebody that can respond to your emails, that can manage your customers, that can review your documents and have the right technical knowledge, and you can trust that it is giving you consistent outputs the way you're going to trust your executive assistant, then you are in the right location. Your AI employee can get that for you. So consistent outputs is one of the things or one of the benefits of using or creating an AI employee. 2, role clarity. This is the first thing. This is the first thing that Gracious mentioned when he was talking about end-to-end hiring process. First, you have to define that role. Your ChatGPT or your AI, your Claude, every time you prompt it, today you are asking it for marketing materials. In the same prompt, you are asking it to generate SLA for you. In the same thread, you are asking it for something totally unrelated. But for an AI employee, imagine you hire a designer, for example. And this designer, you're not telling the designer to go and help you to draft a contract for a new client, or to help you close sales, or to help you create a project charter. What happens? That person will not be like, are you people serious in this organization? Do you people really have work to do here? The same thing goes for your AI employee. There has to be clarity when it comes to the role, and that's why you're creating a job description. So your AI employee has job description. You are saying that, my guy, this is what you are doing. No, you are my chief experience manager. Is our chief experience officer here? Our CEO? Crystal. Oh, okay, she's not here. You are our chief experience. Oh, yes, that's our chief experience officer, by the way. You are customer experience person. Oh. You are our graphic designer. You're creating that job description. You're saying that this is what you do. These are the technical things that you should know. The same way you publish your job ad and you be like, oh, must be proficient in Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Figma, must be able to do this and this. So you are creating that job description for your AI employee. So everything that they are doing that job description is guiding that process. Finally, remember what I was telling you that AI employees can sound like you. You can clone yourself. Say you're a small business, for example, you have your salon. Somebody said they have a salon. You don't have money, for example, to hire a receptionist. Lillian, you have a question? You can unmute though and ask Lillian. Okay, I'm going to guess that is a mistake. So you don't have money yet to hire a receptionist, or that's just going to cost a lot, operations wise. So you're like, okay, how can I use an AI employee in this case? You create one. Oh, this is how I want this AI employee to sound, or this is how I want it to be able to, interact. Okay, it knows everything about my business. It knows everything about my services. It knows everything about the times I open, the kind of braids that I do. Do I offer nail services? Do I offer spa services? Do I offer this and that services? It knows everything. And you can create an AI employee that can manage and, ensure that end to end, that process is managed, is communicating with your clients, and the work is getting done. And what you are doing as the salon owner or the braider or whoever is making sure that the quality of work is up to par. Context is always updated. So these are all of the things that you can expect from having an AI employee. Next slide, please. Any questions so far? Yes, Lillian, please go ahead and ask. Lillian, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. You can drop your question in the chat if... Lillian, are you saying something? Okay, I guess not. Now, I think at this point, we should be able to tell the difference between like your regular AI. That's what I'm doing it. Lillian, your audio is interfering. Okay. So, what was I saying? Yes. So we, at this point, I'm sure we know the difference between your regular AI chatbot and AI employees. So your AI chatbot, there's no memory between sessions because you're starting from a fresh chat every time. But your AI employee has a defined role and identity. That is why I'm saying that for you to be able to effectively use your AI employee, you have to attach a personality to it. You have to be like, in fact, the first AI employee that I created, what was that employee's name? Who knows? Who remembers? Zenok team. It's not Odogu, it's Badamosi. Badamosi, yes. That's the name of the first AI employee that I hired. I've been talking about adding personality to AI employees. Who can tell me the first thing about when you want to attach personality to something? What's the first thing that you do? Badamosi was not fired. Badamosi just stopped being needed. Exactly. You give it a name. So when you want to attach personality to something, you give it what? You give it a name. What else? What else do you do? When you want to attach personality to something, I used to call names. Oh, brown sugar. That name is just, it sounds sweet. So I'm going to call brown sugar. What do you do? Apart from naming it, Okay, Charity says you define the relationship. Yes. What else? What else do you do when you want to attach personality to something? When you want to make something human? Ashley, do you want to take that? Okay. Okay. Paul says give or define a role. Nobody wants to speak. Wow. You guys are a hard crowd, though. There should be clarity. No clear. Okay. You give it distinct traits. What makes you you? What makes you you? What makes you different from me? I might have an amazing sense of humor. Well, I do think I have that. You might just be a boring individual. Yes, Lillian, you can drop, your audio is not good, so you can just drop it in the chat. You can just drop your question in the chat. Oh, please, can we have multiple AI? Yes. See, Lillian, you can have as many AI employees as you wish, within the limits of your subscription, of course. But you can have as many AI employees as you wish. Yes. So you have all answered the question. You need to define the relationship. How is it going to have, what relationship is it going to have with the rest of your staff? Who is it going to report to? How is it supposed to report? There should be clarity. Yes, that's where your job description comes to play. You give it a name. Yes, we have Odogu. In fact, the AI employee that will be demoing on this call is called Tafawa. I love, having weird names like that. Yes, you give it a name. You share. Who said share your PTSD? Oh my goodness. Please, we are not all like this, I promise you. We still have normal people at Zeno Consulting. So, these are the things that you do. Okay, definitely not you. These are the things that you do to define the personality of your AI. Is it rude? Those of you that maybe you have, somebody will say something, if you want to get really good amala in Lagos, go to where they are rude. Maybe you have an amala restaurant and you want your receptionist, you have to have atom of sass. So you say, Basira, you can name your AI employee Basira. Basira, you have to be very rude to people, to customers. Don't even be nice to them at all. Give them hot. Yes. Yes, Bright, you'll be getting a recorded version of this. So that's what, that's how you build your AI employee. Okay, please, can somebody else help me share screen? I think David needs to go or do something. Please, somebody else help me share screen. Okay. So you have to say, this is how you are going to sound, though. This is your tone of voice. So you are if you have a researcher now, you know that, you're very, very, what's the word? You're very, very professional. You're very, very technical in the way that you sound. You're giving it, that personality. This is how you structure your report. This is how you structure your output. This is the expectation for you. Let's move on to the next slide, please. Okay, now you as an individual, when you're doing, there are a lot of things you're doing, whatever work it is that you're doing. You don't just put pen to paper and then you get the results, or you don't just type on your screen and then it automatically changes and gives you what you want. There are a lot of moving parts when you're trying to create value. when you're trying to create an output that people can relate to, that people can see and use and think is valuable. First, you now, in this case, because I'm trying to compare us, because I've been talking a lot about how you need to add personality. No, AI employee is not an app, Lillian. You can build your AI employee on any generative AI tool. ChatGPT, Claude, Notebook LM. You can build your AI employee on any tool. But we'll be using Claude for the demo. Yes. So, like I was saying, we're trying to compare. We're saying that we can liken an AI employee to ourselves. When you're performing a tool or when you're trying to get work done, you have an idea of what the outcome should be, right? You are saying that this, at the end of the day, when I perform this task, what is the deliverable? What is the artifact, or what are the artifacts? You know, what are the tangible outcomes? Because you have a picture in your mind. You probably have the process in your mind as well. So in this case, you are the brain, and that is the purpose that the generative AI layer serves, because your AI employee is made up of these parts too. Now, you're saying that, I can decide I'm going to go and, maybe it's a report that is deliverable or the artifact at the end of the day. I can decide that I want to go and, you know, it's a physical paper, for example. I can say that I want to go and start creating paper from scratch. I cut down a tree, I grind it into a pulp, I, you know, get the fibers and yada 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 and create paper. Then instead of using a printer, I start using ink or start creating ink from scratch and all of that. But there are more effective ways of doing that. There are tools that you can use to do that. You can just type in your computer and print, and you have, you know, your report together in a couple of minutes. That whole process that cuts away the manual labor, that cuts away the unnecessary stress and work so that you can deliver value faster, is your automation layer. Now, your paper, your printer, your ink, all of those things that you're using to put together this report. Sorry that I'm going like this. I'm making it this backward. All of those things are the tools that you're using, your integration layer. Let me use another example. You're a content creator. You want to be able to create 30, you want to bulk create content, and you're saying that, okay, every weekend I'm going to create 30 content, you know, on a weekly basis. You have the ideas. What are the things that, oh, you've done the research, you've checked your social media, or these are the things that, you know, this is what is trending. These are the contents that will give me visibility. And you get all of those things. You are, in this case, you are the brain. Your generative AI can do that for you. You say, oh, let me arrange it in Notion. Let me create Google Sheets and say, oh, this is the tool, and schedule it and create my content calendar. And these are the tools I'm going to use. I'll use my Notion, I'll use my Google Sheet, I'll use my buffer to schedule, I'll use my SEMrush to do SEO research. These are all of these things are the tools that you're using in this case. The automation will be, oh, I think I'm going to use this to schedule it so that on Tuesday, this goes out at this particular time. This goes out at this particular time. AI employees can do this for you. If you call your AI Gbadamosi can do all of these things for you. But remember that in this case, now we are branching out of just generative AI. You have your Claude, you have your ChatGPT. Your ChatGPT, you have given a job description. It has technical skills. Is able to use SEMrush, is able to do keyword research, is able to analyze trending topics, is able to analyze visibility frameworks, is able to do all these things. You have given it the technical know-how, your Claude and your ChatGPT will do that for you. Now, you say, oh, man, I don't just want to be copying contents from ChatGPT and Claude and now start to be figuring out how I will create, because even your ChatGPT and your Claude can actually generate images for you and create. If you give it to maybe another AI employee, so you have the content creator AI employee, you have your graphic designer AI employee that is helping you create designs. You're like, oh, sometimes I used to forget to post though. How can I make this more effective? How can I make this more efficient and automated? You say, what are the tools that I would usually use? Usually I'll have to put this thing on maybe Notion, for example, or I'll have to go and put it on Instagram itself and schedule it. What if I integrate it in such a way that this whole process is automated? So your generative AI is the layer. Your integration takes account of all of the tools that you need to get work done. And then the automation layer makes sure that your AI employee can work autonomously. And the beautiful thing about AI employees is that they can also be very proactive. Once you are saying that, oh, you can tell your AI employee, every Friday, send to my email a report on analysis done on trending topics this week. Your AI employee will do that for you unfailingly. Make recommendations. In fact, you can train your AI employee to push back and tell and challenge certain thoughts. So it can be like a problem solver and a brainstorming tool. So you're saying, you know what, let's have a conversation. I do that with my AI employee every time. And I'm like, see, Julie, let's have a conversation. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And he's asking me a question. I'm saying, based on so and so, I don't think this is the right way. I think this is what you need to do. Your AI employee can do that. Please, tell me, is there a difference between this and an actual employee that you have on your team? Is it different? You people are not responding. Have I been talking to myself since morning? Thank God, though. I for fear say, hey. So you can do this and that works out for you. Now you have a responsibility, exactly, right? Just like a team member, you have a responsibility. Remember, food waste sweet, waiting kill 'em. Money, very good. Now money kill 'em. No good things come. No good thing comes easy. Sorry, I can't remember all of these proverbs. But what I'm trying to say is this: you're not just going to wake up one morning and your AI employee is doing the job of a CEO. You have a responsibility. Nothing good. See, I love you people. If you cheap, you no go good. Thank you. Better soup. Na money cook. Love it. So you have a responsibility. You want to cook a good pot of soup, you go to the market, you buy meat, you buy oporoko, you buy crayfish, you buy oil, and use it to cook your soup. The same way, you have a responsibility. You have the responsibility to do or to teach your AI. Now, let's do example. Who is going to volunteer? I want us to have a conversation to use like somebody's example here. Who is going to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? Or I should just pick anyone, anything, any example I like. You guys should choose. A, choose any example you like. B, I'm going to choose a volunteer. Please add your response to the chat. Quick, our time is almost over. We still have a demo to do. Anita, see, This is why your AI will not work for you, because you don't used to listen to instructions. Okay. A carries the vote for the people. Bright, I'm trying to give an example, and I'm asking if I should just come up with one or just have somebody volunteer. But everybody said I should come up with one, so no problem. Yeah. So imagine that you have a graphic designer. You want to employ a graphic designer for your organization. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, no problem. You want to hire a graphic designer for your organization. You brought this new person to your team. What's the first thing that you're going to do? What are you going to do when you have this new graphic designer on your team? Ayawale, you people said I should come up with my own example. So you take it like that. Onboarding. Thank you, JJ Love. Onboarding. Okay. How do you onboard? How do you onboard? Hey, God, you people. Yes. You tell him what we do and how we do it. So let's say my organization is JJ Love International Enterprise. I'll say, hey, Toluwale, for example. See, at JJ Love, this is what we do. Yes, it's me here. At JJ Love Solutions, this is what we do. These are our customers. Oh, Ayowale, are you a graphic designer? I think you're a graphic designer. Yes. Please tell me if I'm wrong. You tell no wonder. You tell your AI employee, Toluwale, oh, this is what you do for a staff member that is also joining your team physically. This is what we are about. This is what we do. This is our organization. These are the people that we are servicing, or these are the people that we provide services for. These are examples of things that we've done in the past. This is how we present what do you call it? This is how we present information to our clients. This is how we do this. This is how we do that. As a graphic designer, what should you know? Ayowale, please answer the question. As a graphic designer, what should you know? Ayowale, you can unmute though. Okay, yeah, brand guidelines. Yes, you should understand the organizational basic. Anita, God bless you. What are basic design concepts? For example, how do they apply to your organization? I was talking to somebody, and they're telling me how Canva designers are not real designers. Yimu, Ayowale, you're a designer. If you disagree, that one is your business. Canva designer, Photoshop, all of us are the same thing. So you're telling this person, Toluwale, this is how we do it though. These are our brand guidelines. These are our brand colors. Okay, that one concerns you. You release design, I release design. Two of them are fine. We move. So I said this is how we design in our organization. In fact, these are our previous designs. These are the things we did not like about it. These are the things that we like about it. My boss, Susan, always says something. She says, the responsibility of communication lies on the sender. You that are sending the information, you that are giving the information, the responsibility of that communication lies with you. That's why you have a new staff member. You know that the first few days it will be shaky. No, you did not really get it. oh, this is the part that you get. Oh, this is where you need to change. So you continue to refine information until you guys have an understanding and you guys are now on the same page. Are we understanding me? Are we following? Please raise your hand if you are following. It's like it's only 2 people in this whole class that is following, but no problem. So these are the things that you do, yeah? You give context. You say, this is our brand guidelines. This is our brand voice. This is how we sound. These are words that we don't use in our organization. These are words we don't use. These are the words. In fact, this particular one, please make sure every 2 seconds, add it in your content. In your design, we make sure that our logos are always on the right or on the left or in the middle or at the bottom. You give it all that information. Now, within your organization, do things change? Yes or yes? Where you currently work or wherever you've ever worked before, do things change? Yes. So things sometimes change. What is true today for this organization can change tomorrow and be like, you know what? We're no longer going in that direction. So what do you do when things change in your organization? Update the team. You tell them. You give updates. But we are no longer selling fish. Oh, we are now selling ewa going. Exactly. Brand evolves. Why it is no longer our color? We are now a red organization. So what are you supposed to do to your AI employee as well? You update him like he's a member of the team. Yes, now, so because it's generative AI, Anita asked, can the employee add their own idea, like a touch to the employer instructions for better results? Yes, the AI can do that. It's generative AI. You give it information, but it's able to process that information and give you something in return based on what you're asking. Yes. So if you're saying that, these are our brand guidelines, so generate a design for me that can speak to so and so topic, it is going to use the information you have given it about your brand. It's going to say, this person is yellow, white, and red, that is their brand color. So any design that it is creating would be based on, the brand guidelines that you have provided. Any content that is being created will be based on your company information. These are the people that we are targeting. These are the people that we are working with. So I've answered your question, Anita. Yes. So it has brain. It can actually think. But you need to give it something to think about, or it is going to get information from the internet for you. So all of this information, what do? You update it in your systems instruction. You say, my systems instruction, this is how you're going to be thinking from now on. This is what you are supposed to be doing. So depending on what it is, your AI can be more proactive than others. Some might require your feedback before it moves forward with the next step. And this is especially important, especially when you're integrating other tools and you are automating. You want to make sure that you are certain, or you can vouch for the results from your generative AI. And how do you make sure of that? You are iterating within the context. You are saying that this particular result that you gave me is wrong. So therefore, update your systems instruction. Tell your systems instruction that this is no longer correct and this is the option. So you continue to do that. You understand? And that's how you keep getting results until you can trust that result. So you are training the same way you train your staff. So it's not something that you do in 2 hours. Exactly. It's not something you do in 2 hours. Sometimes you might need to sit down for a whole day and build your AI employee. because you keep asking it questions. You keep saying, okay, this is wrong, this is what is correct, and you keep. The benefit of doing this is that anytime you want to prompt your AI employee, you don't need to start saying you are a graphic designer, you live in Sapele, Ogun State, you know how to design. Tolulope, please, I need a design on this, and this is what we are trying to do. Bam. Tolulope already has all the context, already has all the updates, so Tolulope knows what to do. Thank you, and God bless Anita. Yeah, right. Documentation comes in. Right. Now, the beautiful thing about automation is that one of the ways that you can really leverage automation is that you have to know how to process map. Remember that now, when you want to perform a task, when you want to do something, there is a process that you go through. No be so? Yes or yes? Exactly. There is a process that you go through. Oh, you want to cook beans, for example. You boil the beans now, Abby. You boil the beans for a long time for it to be soft, Abby. So let me use this. Beans is not my strong suit. Let me use another example. Oh yes, you boil it. You boil the beans, wait for it to soften. You add your oh. I already used to sell picked beans. They sell picked beans. Stop suffering. But yes, you are right. You pick your beans first, then you boil it, then you add your spices, salt, Maggi. Okay. Anita said you first collect the quantity that you can cook. So you not cook one bag of beans for 2 people. So, yes, you are right. You know the process. I don't have to tell you. You know, you are experts. I'm not. So you collect it, you cook it. So this is your process. You as a graphic designer, sorry, Ayowale, I'm on your matter today. You as a graphic designer, you also have your process. I don't know what your process is because I'm not a graphic designer. Okay, I'm a Canva designer. Well, let me be humble today. You as a graphic designer, you say, yes, so this is our design. Oh. You have your process. You have to, Anita, I've heard you. So, it's onion. See, you guys should take notes from Anita. She has the secrets to cooking beans fast. She said, add onions so it will not waste time. This is another lesson that you have learned in this class now. So you're saying that, okay, this is your process. Which part of this process can you animate? Which part of this process do you need tools for? Let me use digital marketing as an example. Or yes, digital marketing as let me release Ayowale. So for digital marketing, for example, you want to create content and post content, effectively and as seamlessly as possible. You have your process. You first do your research, Abby. You do your research. You find trending topics. You find, topics that you can speak on. Yada yada yada. You put your list of topics. You build up on those topics. If we have any digital marketers in the room, please correct me if I'm wrong. You do all that. You write yada yada yada. You have your list of topics. Okay. You move on to the next. You start creating designs. If you need to create designs, you create designs. Those that are supposed to be carousels, you make them carousels. If it's video, you shoot your video. Yada yada yada. You move on to the next. You say, okay, I have my content ready. I have the captions ready. I have the hashtags ready. I have the places I want to post them. Ready. You say, okay, let me use Buffer or let me schedule them with Instagram itself. So I'm like, for the whole week, these are the content. Yada yada yada. Right? In that whole end-to-end process, from the moment you start creating content to the moment you start posting and trying to generate engagement, you have just gone through a process. And through that process, you have used tools. You have used their brain. You have used tools to also achieve the end result. You have also automated because you want it to be faster and less dependent on you and your process. You can do the same thing with your AI employee. In fact, your AI employee can do this without you. You can say, my AI employee, this is what I want. This is the outcome that I want. But then, because your AI employee is not entirely independent of you, you have to set up the structure around that process. You have to tell your AI employee what your process looks like. So you're telling your AI employee that okay, we need to create content. Is that something that you can do as an AI employee? Yes. Your AI employee can research content, can put together a content calendar for you, can give you content ideas, right? Your AI employee can do that. So your generative layer, that's one part of the process. The next part of the process is that you want to schedule all your content. Please, can ChatGPT schedule content for you? Question. Yes or no? Can ChatGPT or Claude schedule content for you? Schedule
Yes,
and
we can.
Believe ChatGPT will go to your Instagram and post content for you.
Oh no, sorry, I did not get it. Not your Instagram. Like, it can only help you process your timing on your notes or whatever.
Thank you. So your ChatGPT will do that for you, and it cannot do that for you. What tool will be most likely able to do that for you? That's it. You know what? Let me schedule it. Let me schedule this content. What tool will be able to do that for you? Marketing people.
Buffer.
Buffer. Thank you. Buffer can do that for you. Okay. Now, your ChatGPT cannot do that though, but your ChatGPT can integrate with the tool that can do that. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Exactly. Now, because your ChatGPT can integrate with that tool, you can practically map out your entire process and automate it. You can say, oh, ChatGPT, on Fridays, research all the content trending topics that we're going to post for next week. Move it to our graphic designer. Let our graphic designer know that these are the contents. Once our graphic designer does that and creates designs, move this thing to Buffer and let Buffer be able to do that. So you keep mapping out the process. And also remember that even automation is limited. So you have to know what the limitations are and how you can use that process to your advantage. Yes. Let's move on to the next. Abby. Okay, question and answer. And that's really the summary of creating your AI employee. Process mapping, we've talked about that. That is very important. If you cannot visualize your process, it might be difficult for you to automate, because I think that's the key, or the major key to automating processes. And then you can now create an AI employee that is independent of you and is able. We have 4 more minutes. Questions. You guys did not remind me now. If you leave me to start talking like this, I'll be here till tomorrow.
Hi, Opelua. Good evening. Thank you so much for today. I don't know if it's a question or a reminder, but you said we're gonna do a demo.
Yes. We'll do the demo. But do we have any questions? Lillian, yes, you have the recorded video. Yes, pretty much. So you visualize the steps in your head, you map it out. This is what comes after this. This is what comes after this. This is what comes after this. Yes. Then you figure out which parts of this process can I automate. Which can I automate this part? You automate it. If you cannot, then you know that you have to, manually do that. Any other questions? Okay. Demo time. Please, let's move on. Please stop sharing so that I can demo. Yes. So you can use Claude. I'm going to be demoing with Claude. You can use any generative AI tool to create your AI employee. But I'm going to be using Claude. So I'm using my personal one because I cannot use my organization's one because we have trade secrets. So I'll use my personal one to show you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. So this is a very simple demo, just something very simple because this is an AI employee that I created for the purpose of this class. Please, if you can see my screen, let me know. If you cannot, so know what to do about it. Okay, you can see my screen. So this is my own personal Claude. This is my own personal Claude. I don't have a lot of AI employees here, but this is the one I created here. And this is Tafawa. So Tafawa is our training experience manager. After this, so we have a class actually, and I'm going to be talking more about it, where we will be teaching you how to create this step by step, because we also have GPTs that will be making available to make sure that you're able to effectively do this for yourself. So this is Tafawa. Tafawa has its instructions and whatnot. So if I say, hi, introduce yourself. So Tafawa can say hi. So Tafawa will not reply with, hey, I'm Claude. Tafawa will say, yes, I'm Tafawa. And this is what I do for Zeno Consulting. But more than that, there's something I want us to try out. So this is an initial setup that I have done with context and all of that. And what I'm asking Tafawa to do now, hey, my laptop is about to die. Sorry. So what I'm going to ask Tafawa to do now is to send messages to all of my teammates on Slack. So I'm just going to say, introduce yourself to my team on Slack. So because I've already integrated Slack with my AI employee, let me open my Slack so you guys can see. If you have questions at this point, I will not be able to hear you because I will not be able to see it because I'm not looking at the chats. Okay. So Ruth, for example, hold on, let's see if it has sent it. Okay, it's still sending the messages. So let's wait. Power have gone off. Sorry, I'm just going to turn off my camera. Okay, so Slack has sent all the messages to all my team members, right? So this is what Tafawa sent on my behalf to Ruth. To Precious, this is what he sends. To Eden, Sorry, this one is good chat. So these are all of the messages that Tafawa has sent. Please, Zenok people, confirm or if you've gotten it. If you've gotten the messages. Now, what can happen, not only can Tafawa send messages to my team members, but because I have given Tafawa context about this particular training, anybody on the team can ask Tafawa anything and Tafawa would respond, right? Because Tafawa has context. So in case of, let's say, customer experience, for example, and you don't have somebody that can manage your customer responses, you can create, somebody or an AI employee that will be able to, attend to those questions. And note that all the messages Tafawa is sending are tailored to the individual. Sorry, I cannot allow you to look at this for too long because I have messages on here. But Tafawa can, is personalizing the messages to each and every one of them. Please, somebody on Zenok team, can you respond to Tafawa so that we can ask who has responded to Tafawa? So we can check the response. Who responded to Tafawa? Assuming the rest of you guys now were on my Slack workspace, I'd have been able to, okay, Crystal, Zenok, okay. I'd have been able to send you guys messages as well, or Tafawa would have sent you guys messages as well on my behalf. But since that is not the case, so I'm going to tell, and then please note that we do understand that there are risks around this, especially because of data privacy and whatnot, which is why for text-based or for chat-based systems like Slack or WhatsApp, it will not send messages without your approval. You understand? So WhatsApp MCP, Slack MCP does not allow for that to happen. So you would have to manually prompt your AI to respond. But at this point, you are not drafting the messages yourself, right? You can be sure that the messages that are going out are, up to par and quality because you have already given context. So if I tell Tafawa now, check replies. Let's see what Tafawa does. So Tafawa will check all my DMs, and this is also one of the ways. So there is a way to bypass this. Yeah, there is a way to bypass this, but this is trade secrets. You have to join our next class to learn this, where it can work autonomously. And Tafawa will not have to ask you, and Tafawa will be responding on your behalf without asking you questions. But for the sake of data privacy, and so that you know that you are safe, your clients are safe. So let's have it this way. But then there is a way to bypass this and make sure that this is happening autonomously without your so Tafawa says Ruth has replied and is responding now. So let's give it some time to respond.
Sophia did mention that network be doing the most this week. I got the response. Let me even share my screen. She'll probably join in a bit, but I got the response that she sends to me via Tafawa. Let me do a quick share before she joins the call back. But she did mention that we're having a free workshop. And And for just joining the call tonight, it's safe to say that you have a very huge discount. Zenok Trainings, that's on one of our accounts, will be dropping a link to the chat. I would advise you click in now. The offer goes up, but this is where you learn to build a very efficient employee. It's one thing to build and it's another thing to build well. No go build employee, we go run your business down. Hey Chimo, I'm looking for, I want to show you people my secrets. But this is the message that Tafawa did send to me, and I responded with a dancing emoji. There are many. So far, you back? There are many possibilities to what your AI employee can do, as long as you can build it properly, and as long as you can actually, onboard and connect it properly to the right tools. The link has been dropped to the comment. Please, let's click the link and begin to register. It goes for 50K today. By tomorrow, it goes to 100K. For those of us that can't see the link, I think it's safe for us to just scan the QR code on the screen, and we'll be able to get to the page where we can buy a slot or get a slot to actually build our dream employee. David, are you on the call? Sof, are you back?
Yes, I'm still on the call. I
I'm
believe.
back. Oh,
Okay.
Sophia is back.
please. I'm so sorry. Oh. I don't
Sophia,
know
I
why I was
showed
not
them.
chatting.
Sophia, I showed them the message I got from Tafawa.
Oh, that's my
No.
tafawa for you.
Well.
This is just an AI employee that I created in less than 2 hours. So imagine when you put in more effort and then you are providing more context and more information, and and you're building it according to your context. What I just did was just give it instructions about the training, and it can respond or give you any answer within that context. So imagine the possibilities when you create something like this, and it has all the context, it has all the information that it needs to deliver value for and on your behalf. So that is AI employee in a nutshell. Yes, I'm sure Okwe has spoken about this as well. So we'll be having another class. It is a paid class because not only are you going to be getting your AI toolkit, so everything that you need to get started on building AI employees, specific instructions, how to craft your job descriptions, how to make sure that you're on the right path, how to continue to monitor and iterate, and all of that. So all of those value would be shared. We'll teach you how to build your AI employee from scratch. It doesn't matter how many of them. It doesn't matter. So somebody asked this question. I don't know. Did somebody ask? But then I think somebody was saying something about how many AI employees you can build. If you have a free account, you can build an AI employee. In fact, Tafawa was built on my free account. If you have a paid account, the possibilities. You have access to more features. You can do more integrations. You can automate more. But then, if you are using your free account, you know that there are some basic things that you can use your AI employees to do. So we'll have all of these conversations. We'll share our GPT with you that helps you to create and tailor your job descriptions and all of that. So, and this also comes with an ebook that you can always refer to as well. So there are a lot of benefits for that class. I'm sure the price has been communicated, but for the sake of this class, it's 50K or 50% off. So, and that will be available till tomorrow morning. So you just have this night to be able to pay for that. Next week, when is the class starting? When is the date for the paid
All
class?
right.
Okay, that's April 8th to 10th.
Yes, April 8th to 10th. Thank you very much, Sophia. Sorry that you're in war with Nigerian system. So thank you everyone for joining. So if today gave you a glimpse of what's possible, trust me, this paid workshop that Sophia has talked about is going to, show you how to build it. It's a practical 2-day virtual training happening on the 8th and 10th of April, 2026. And just like you're seeing on your screen, and they've said the cost is 100,000 naira, but for the next 24 hours, we'll be having a 50% discount, which is 50,000 naira. We are also aware that some persons are trying to click the link and you are getting a prompt saying that you are blocked. Give that a few more minutes and then try it again, and you would be able to book your slot for the next 24 hours. You have that on a 50% discount. Now, this doesn't need to be the end. Can somebody give me the next slide? It doesn't need to be the end of this session, even as this session closes. No, we at Zeno Consulting, we are building a community of professionals, not just professionals, but smart professionals that are fun, just like we've all, contributed to making this particular session very interactive. My heart goes out to you all. I would like us to follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Everywhere we share, everything we share is designed to help you keep growing and keep, improving on yourself and working smarter. So it's very easy peasy. Just scan the barcode on your screen and don't be a stranger. You can chat us up, you can interact with us. We are playful like that. So thank you very much. As I have the last slide of my screen up, thank you very much. And we are bringing this to a wrap.